Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Open Book. I am Billy Price, co-founder of BILLY Footwear, and today we have another fantastic guest. You know, one of the things that has been so incredible, inspiring to me about the brand is we have had the opportunity to really expand all around the world. And as we expand around the world, we get connected with just incredible people. And one of those amazing people is on screen today with me. Her name is Emma Lovett. She is a loving wife, a loving mom, a business owner of Adaptive Footwear, social handle adaptivefootwear.com, or website, and then also social handle at Adaptive Footwear. But Emma, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're very welcome. Glad to be here.
So it's so awesome to me because you are calling in from New Zealand right now. Here in Seattle, it's noon. In New Zealand, we're separated by 21 hours. So it's Thursday for you at 9 a.m. And I just think it's amazing how technology is able to bring us together like this.
Oh, absolutely. It's the start of my workday now. Well, to be fair, I've been up for a while.
So I think there's so many things that we can chat about, but I think a great place to start will be simply how we landed on your radar. How did BILLY Footwear, how did we the brand BILLY Footwear land in front of you?
So you landed in front of us. My son has cerebral palsy. He's 6. And for a long time, we would probably share the experience of many people that he wore orthotics. And we really struggled to find shoes that would fit for him. And we had a look online and was, do our normal hours and hours of searching. And we saw your brand. I thought these would look amazing. And it so happened that we fundraised to take our son to the States to have surgery, SDR surgery. And while we were there, it was on our to-do list to go and find some BILLY shoes while we were there so we could go and get some. And then as soon as we bought the first pair, we thought, oh man, we need to get these in New Zealand. So then I emailed you, Billy, and it all started from there.
That is so awesome. And the thing is, it turned into something much, much bigger, which later became a business. And boy, please tell me about your business.
So Adaptive Footwear, we were based online. So we bought in our first lot of BILLY shoes, and we went out and targeted the people that we knew wanted to get some shoes or that we thought they would work really well for. And it just grew from there. So we now supply and distribute throughout New Zealand to orthotic centres, to DHBs, for district health boards, and also to ACC clients, which is basically a government-funded insurance scheme for accidents here. So we have clients from all different realms. So it's not just the clients that we have, the customers who may have a disability or a special need or anything like that. We also have a lot of people who just think that the shoes are awesome because they're universal. Everyone can wear them and they look amazing. So that's a little bit about what we do. We were predominantly online for the first 18 months. And then just in the last couple of months, we've opened a bricks and mortar store so we can see our lovely customers in store, and they can come and check out the whole range and have a feel and see what they're about. So that's been really exciting for us over the last couple of months.
That is so awesome. So before I ask my next question, I wanted to make sure that we put the social handle and the website up on screen. Can you tell me your social handle again?
Yeah, Adaptive Footwear.
Okay, there it is. And then how do we find you online?
So we're on at www.adaptivefootwear.com, or for New Zealand specifically, .co.nz.
Awesome. I mentioned this earlier, but I am so impressed you were able to get that URL, adaptivefootwear.com. I mean, that's a good URL to have for sure. I mean, that's one that resonates around the planet easily. So one thing I wanted to comment on is I remember when we first got connected, you started talking about the business, and it really touched my heart for a couple of reasons. One was just to be able to enter into that partnership, but two, if I recall correctly, you're working out of your house. And all I could think about was when we first started our business, just fulfilling orders out of the kitchen, just trying to find places where to store the boxes. And it was an amazing starting point, but that's all it was. It was a starting point, and then we were able to continue to grow. Can you talk about how it was at the very beginning?
Yes, I can very much resonate with what you're saying there. There was one point that our house was completely full of boxes from the floor to the ceiling, and then we also had another room, so I had set up it was a mini warehouse, so storage shelves from the floor to the ceiling to have some sort of organization there. And yeah, it really was from fulfilling orders from the kitchen table. And I think in the photo that you had put up, we had an article written about us in one of the papers, and that photo was taken on our kitchen floor with all the shoes around us. So it's definitely growing. It's lovely to have my house back, to be honest. But I remember having a conversation with Darren about how he said that, look, we did the same thing. We were fulfilling from the floor, from the house. And so I think what I really love about working with you guys is that we have so much in common when it comes from starting a business from scratch. And now the fact that we can work together, have these things in common, and build it at the same time, then I think that makes the story and this connection really special as well.
Yeah. I'm having so many flashbacks right now of how Darren's house would be in the kitchen. I mean, the island would be a giant stack of cartons of boxes. In our condo, it was the photo studio, basically, like just lights and cloth tapered down to be able to have some sort of backdrop and doing videos and stuff. And I don't know, it's funny how you look back on that and then you see where you are right now. It's just and again, we're both just scratching the surface in this whole deal.
Absolutely.
So I know that BILLY Footwear is one of the brands you carry in your store. Can you talk about some of the other brands that you carry?
Yeah, so at the moment, mostly the majority is BILLY Footwear. We do also stock the Butler boots, which is a Canadian brand of an overboot. So that's something that we've also gone out to source, because we know that people, if they wear orthotics or that sort of thing, they can't necessarily wear a gumboot or a welly or an overboot, depending on where you're located. So that's a Canadian brand that we've brought in, and it seems to be doing the trick for some of our customers.
So I love that you brought up the gumboot, and that's one of the requests that we get quite a bit. And in the States, gumboot meaning rain boot, and that's been a really popular deal. And I don't know, do you want to talk about that a little bit? I mean, I think this is great because you really were the one that kind of sparked the idea to let us, really to move forward with that project.
Yeah. So, well, I think early on in our discussions, I said, hey, we need a gumboot, especially in New Zealand. We're such a farming community, a farming nation, and with 4 seasons in one day, we don't know whether it's going to be sunny or raining at any point of the day. So when I contacted you, I said, hey, we need to work on something. I'm already coming up with some designs, and we're looking at what we can do. So let's partner up and work together on designing something. So it all sort of started from there, sharing some designs with Darren, cutting up things, and you should see the pictures that I sent. Oh, you probably did see the pictures I sent Darren of some cut up gumboots with duct tape all over them, and my very technical use of paint on the computer of this should go here and this should be here. But that started the conversation, and it was really awesome to be involved with other people that were so passionate about what we were potentially trying to do.
Yeah. Well, the conversation was so timely because it took us a while to be able to grow to the point that we could expand in that SKU, but we were hearing that kind of comment loud and clear from so many customers. And it's really exciting because now we're able to come out with that boot this coming fall for us. I mean, it'll be November, it'll be more summer for you, but it's really exciting to be able to finally, bring that to market, because I know a lot of people get a lot of value from it.
Absolutely. And look, I've had customers in the store or people that have been asking about it. And I've said to them, hey, I'm actually, we're working directly with Billy and Darren and the team to get something in the making. So it's really nice to be able to say that we are collaborating, and you are directly hearing the feedback that we're passing on. So.
Yeah. Well, it's our pleasure. It absolutely is. I mean, unfortunately, we can't do everything all at once, and we can't snap our fingers and this thing magically happen. But there's so many projects we have in the queue, and it's just awesome to be able to have the boot, action right now. So come November, we'll be able to wear those boots, which I know a lot of people are really jazzed. So one thing I do want to comment as well, when you're talking about painting, you every once in a while post these pictures on Instagram of some shoes with the most vibrant artwork, and I never really knew where that was coming from, but I know they were super awesome. Can you share about those a little bit?
Yeah, so I used to do a little bit of painting and creative. I'm a little bit of a creative, and when I was looking into some sneaker paints and some sneaker products that we can use and support the range that we have, these awesome sneaker paints came out, so I just couldn't help myself, and I had to get some. So now it's a service that we offer, is customization of the shoes, and I've actually got one right here that I can show,
nice.
I can show you. This was one of the first ones. We've got a little unicorn on here, and not sure how well you can see the colors, but then we've got some metallic leaf and some colors on there, and then we've updated with some different laces. So it's all about being completely unique, and obviously with the Billy shoes. So it's quite fun for us.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I mean, every time I see those on Instagram, I have to pick my jaw up off the floor, because it's like, oh my gosh, Emma, that's you hit another home run. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. Hopefully that's something that we'll move into a little bit more as well, as the different techniques come along.
Oh, absolutely. I wanted to come back to your son, come back to Reed. And I know there's going to be a lot of folks listening in, and might be a little bit interested more to kind of dig down in that story, because I know that sometimes when it comes to, well, I mean, for example, like speaking from my own testimony, when I first broke my neck, and there was just a lot of there was so much emotion attached to that, and just the weight of the world, and just family members just not really knowing what to do and where to go and who to team up with, and just looking for answers. And I was hoping that, because I know your journey with Reed, I mean, it's been an awesome journey, and coming to the States and stuff like that, and his progress has been amazing. I was hoping that, if you're okay with it, I was hoping you could kind of touch a little bit on Reed's journey, and maybe some of the emotion that's been attached to that ride.
Yeah, definitely. So Reed was born premature. He was born at 28 weeks. So I had some complications from 24 weeks. So very, very early on, it was a journey, to say the least. We had a hospital stay for a couple of months, which was tough. And during that time, it was when we found out that he would have cerebral palsy. We didn't know what kind, or how severe, or any of his challenges that he would face. But for us, it was good to be aware of it, but it was also not the be all and end all, which I don't ever think it should be. And from very, very early on, we just set out to say, well, what can we find to assist him so that he can have his best life and to the best of his ability. So we've looked into different types of intensive therapies, alternative therapies, all sorts of things. And, from the beginning, I've always just trusted my gut as a parent, and does it feel right? Does it feel right for him? And we've gone along that journey. We've met some amazing, inspirational people that have really helped us along the way. And during the process of having this business and meeting some of the people that we've met and having those conversations, the fact that we can just pass on, a tidbit of information that may help somebody else, or open a new thought process for them to assist. It's definitely been a journey, not one that I regret, and not one that I would necessarily change. My life is very different to what it was 6.5 years ago, and I think I am personally a far better person for having gone through everything that we've gone through. And Reed is just an incredible little human. I mean, I would say that because I'm biased, but learning life skills from a 6-year-old, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But also it led us to be involved with our local Lions Club. So we are also Lions, and I'm also involved in the Cerebral Palsy Society of New Zealand. So and Reed has, because of the processes we've gone through and because of his medical intervention that we've pushed for, his case is now being used as as research cases for other kids in New Zealand, and so hopefully his outcomes will benefit other people later on as well.
Wow, that is so incredible. So 2 things. One is, I made comment the other day that somehow you have the ability to work 30 hours in a 24-hour day, which thoroughly impresses me. And the second thing was, I had the opportunity to meet Reed yesterday, and I was secretly hoping that he was going to be in the shop with you today, because I was really hoping that he was going to come and do a bit of a photo bomb like he did yesterday, because he is just a delightful kiddo.
He is. He quite likes the camera.
Well, Emma, this has been absolutely fantastic. I thank you again so much for your time. There's so many things we can chat about, and but before we sign off, I wanted to give you the mic one more time. Just let you share whatever's on your heart. We can talk about something we've already talked about or something new, but I wanted to give you the mic one more time.
Thank you. I don't really know what to say. I think my motto, one thing that I go by in life at the moment with creating the business and being different and being bold, and who cares what the status quo is, just change it. That's
awesome. Yeah, it's more, if you want change, be the change, that kind of deal.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it is such an honor. It's such an honor, one, have you on the program today, but secondly, like, bigger picture, it is such an honor to be able to collaborate with you. I am so happy that you reached out way back when to give us the opportunity to be able to work with you. My wife and I honeymooned in New Zealand, and we're looking forward to coming back, and all the more so now since we have you as a partner in that area.
Absolutely. We'll give you the tour.
Well, everyone, thank you again for chiming in today. This was another episode of Open Book. We will have another one next week. Until then, take care.